It's Tuesday, January 17th. This is the start of a shortened 4-day week. And we see the pre-market range here between the blue lines, kind of in the upper half of the Friday's green bar. So we're certainly expecting prices to test higher this week. First of all, you got this big daily green bar. We should get above that high. If we look at the weekly bar, there should be a little follow through on this nice weekly bar. So there's definitely expectations to start out higher. We'll see if we get a nice, as long as we stay above the key line I'm kind of monitoring for the week is the midpoint of this week right here, this purple line. As long as whatever we do, as long as we kind of stay above there, then we're expecting it to continue higher. We'll see what kind of bar ends the week. Do we kind of have a strong green bar and start heading towards those targets, or do we get some kind of weakened bar that maybe can reverse towards the end of the month? We don't know yet. In terms of the immediate reversal, if we kind of take out that high and then come back to the halfway point of that bar somewhere this week, that'll be a negative sign. But other than that, we'll look for a continuation to the upside and then to see how the weekly bar ends. In terms of the daily bar, same kind of thing. In terms of today specifically, you look at the halfway point of this bar. As long as we kind of hold that at some point, then I'll look for the pre-market range, to kind of turn green and break above its high and work towards the highs of yesterday. Again, it doesn't have to happen today. Maybe we get an inside bar and then higher, but at some point we should break through the high of that bar, which is kind of the high of the weekly bar. So that's a simple kind of explanation today. We're gapping down a little bit, but you can see it's already being bought up a little bit. So I kind of like that. Again, this is probably a good opportunity to kind of look to buy in here to start, any kind of little slightly down opening in the market to test those highs again. But you never know. Maybe we kind of pause on Monday and get a turnaround Tuesday to the upside. Again, as long as we hold the halfway point of this week, weekly bar, whether we go up or down today, at some point we should head higher. So we'll keep that in mind until the weekly bar fails. And finally, on the monthly chart, we're inside of last month, but until we really get below the open of the month, which is way down here, then I'm not really too worried about the bigger picture turning down to test those monthly lows of last month, and we'll continue to go with the continuity green to the upside and just see, if we stay inside in January and really can't reach that high, then we look towards next month to see where the breakout might be up or down. So maybe at some point there'll be some choppiness, in play in terms of not really following through to the upside up here, and we might move lower. But for now, that's going to all be based on this weekly chart, the way I see it, and we'll keep the bias to the upside. So let's see how it opens today, and let's see if, let's say the first day of the week, if we break those highs or if it's going to be a little bit delayed. But either way, that's the expectation.